In Chapter 7 of Understanding by Design, Thinking Like an Assessor, the question that is asked most is what evidence can show that students have achieved the desired results? And one aspect of that chapter that I found most important is the assessment methods. It took a look at traditional formal assessments such as quizzes and tests, paper, pencil, selected responses, and constructed responses. Now, they're worth being familiar with, as well as they're important to know and to do. It's also important to look at informal assessments and taking a look at performance tasks and projects. They're complex, open-ended, authentic, and really expresses a lot of these new 21st century skills that we're trying to adapt into the classroom. Collaboration, incorporation of technology, and much more. And these also look at, it's also important to know and to do, as well as it takes a look at the big ideas and the core tasks. Another part of the chapter that I found most interesting was the inclusion of the 6 facets of understanding into your assessments, especially in performance tasks. You want students to be able to explain, interpret, apply, have multiple perspectives, empathy, and their own self-knowledge of the subjects. You want them to transfer their content and skills into real-life applications. Or, as we know, even in Alaska, people eat sushi. Another aspect of grasping the performance task assessments was the GRASP task design, which stands for Goal and Role, Audience, Situation, Product, and Standards. Now, it's important in this, one of the main points was that as a teacher, you should not be, as an assessor, you should be thinking as an assessor, not as a teacher. And to consider the assessment evidence implied by the outcomes sought rather than thinking about assessments primarily as means for generating grades. In the chapter, it discusses this kindergarten teacher teaching their students about counting to 100. And they told them to glue 100 things onto a poster and bringing it into class the next day. For starters, I don't think I can think of 100 things I would want to glue without ruining on a poster. And it wasn't really teaching them the principles of the base 10 system and the hundredths system. It was teaching them, okay, you can count to 100. Or maybe your parents can. It's important to note that when assessing, it really should be looking at the whole picture rather than just what's being graded. When teachers think that the grades are most important to the students, then the students have that in their mind. And that is where a lack of understanding or misconceptions are revealed or started. So it's important to transfer the knowledge, apply it, interpret it, so that they can use it, remember it, and understand it completely.